These days, just having pretty faces can push an ambitious boy band into the charts. But back in 1992, a boy band was trying to break through using old-fashioned hard graft. British pop was about to be saved by 5 boys who had the right moves, if not yet quite the right look.
Time for some live music, Michaela. Who is
Yeah, these are going to be big, these boys. They're the foursome, fivesome. They're Take That and Do What You Like.
Preston, give it up for Take That!
The first pop group to ever make me kind of say, yeah, pop can be cool was when Take That came out. And I remember I went to an all-boys school and there was 2 people in the whole school like Take That, and you know, straight away people were like, oh, they're the 2 gay fellas in the school.
I think we realised how important Take That could be. I think the very first day they turned up at the offices, firstly, they were pretty good looking. Secondly, they kind of dressed up and were a bit glamorous, even though what they were dressing in the early days with studs and leather perhaps wasn't quite what the young ladies who bought smash hits were exactly after. But thirdly, they just had character. So we realised then that if they could make it, they could be real saviours for us.
Do What You Like was our first single. I remember listening to the chart from 40 down to 2, and we thought we'd gone in at number 1. We thought we'd gone straight in the chart at number 1. And we were so disappointed when it was like, and this reached number 1 is Wet, Wet, Wet or something. We were like, hey, where are we? What's going on? It's gone wrong. Went in the chart at 82.
We put a picture, a really small picture of them in their kind of jelly stage, you know, in news, and we got loads and loads and loads of phone calls, loads of letters about them, and we knew then that, you know, all they had to do was have one good record and they would be massive, really.
I think Smash Hits were one of the first magazines to come on board for us, and I think we were on like page 2 or something. I seem to remember we were quite early on in the magazine, one to watch out for kind of thing. I was working in a bank, Jay was a painter and decorator, Howard was a mechanic, Rob had kind of just come out of school, I think. I think he was a double glazing salesman, or that's what he always said, I don't know if that was true. And it was just like, yeah, in our Lycra shorts and codpieces and our big boots, thinking, come on!
Take That were incredibly keen. They spent their time cultivating us just as much as we cultivated them, to the point where some or all of them would just pop into our offices in swinging Carnaby Street to make us cups of tea. Gary Barlow and Robbie Williams walking around with a little post-it note asking if you took 1 sugar or 2. And they just worked really hard. They wanted to be pop stars.
It only takes a minute, girl.
We set ourselves out to play to about 300,000 people. We did this huge tour where we'd do a school in the morning, school in the afternoon, a youth club, an under 18 and over 18, onto a gay club, and we pretty much did this every day, and that's what broke us into the chart. I think our enthusiasm and our energy was what kind of people warmed to initially. It wasn't our songs, I don't think, that much. I think it was just like, oh, they're trying their best. Look at them all bouncing around like idiots on that stage.
Take That's blood, sweat and tears paid off handsomely, as they became the first band since the Beatles to score 4 consecutive #1s. Not only that, but Smash Hits had now launched its own award show. Take That swept the board, and there wasn't a dry seat in the house.
In the audience, there'd be little 12-year-old girls holding up banners with extremely rude comments about Robbie Williams, what they wanted him to show to them or do to them. You know, Robbie or something. You had to go around and take the banners off the kids rather than show those live on the BBC.